So I've been doing what I've been doing, using plant medicine since the age of 14. And what I consider plant medicine is mushrooms, like mushrooms, LSD, because LSD is actually derived from the ergot fungus. It comes from a fungus. Um, Mescaline, peyote, DMT, and I'm gonna throw this one in, and it's gonna make you know make people's ears shatter and nerves just pointing their fingers at me and people being pissed off at me. But the coca leaf from the coca plant, what they used to put in Coca-Cola before they made it illegal. That has been used for thousands of years traditionally in the Colombian culture and the Peruvian culture. Now, how do I know this? Because I befriended a family of Colombians when I was in, I don't know, 9, 10, 11th grade, something like that, 12th grade. And by the age of 14, my friend's older brothers were, because Colombians have everyone, and unless you're part of like the new government structure that's just trying to put continue the war on drugs because they're puppet regime with the U.S. government put in there. The Colombian people understand that the coca leaf is not the problem. You see, the problem is the fact that A, it's illegal, and B, you can make a lot of money on it. Those two things combined give it the ability to be hijacked by the criminal element, and then counter hijacked and then burned, disposed of by the authorities that be. So the coca leaf, especially, and I'm going to keep on using this because what they do is they hit the coca leaf and then they put it through a process to make it into the thing you sniff, and then later on you can smoke. But traditionally, the coca leaf used to be chewed by anybody that was going through a 14-year-old initiates that needed to go for their vision quest in the jungle to experience the communication with spirit guides, with spirits of the jungle. Definitely by shamanic practitioners handing down a lineage of shamanic knowledge. Need to know what that and many other plants did to open up the psyche. It gets me, like, everybody points fingers at people that does the last thing that I said, but Sigmund Freud, he did it, and he was able to communicate with spirit guides. That helped him write his books. Right? So nobody talks about that. Nobody points fingers at them because they accomplished something from it. But everybody else that's trying to do that, he's just pointing fingers and saying, "Oh, well, you got a problem." I'm going to tell you something else. At the end of this, it's going to probably blow the way what I just said now. Because again, I don't consider any of these things, even opium and poppy seeds, come right from poppy seeds. It's a plant. I was telling the police officer the other day when they stopped me for something, in Portugal, they've legalized every drug. And what that's done is decriminalized, actually, not even legalized, decriminalized, meaning that they're not looking to make a profit on it. They just want to, if you guys want to do it, just do it. They put in like, all around, like needle exchange places and places where once one considered addict, and now it's could be somebody that's because if the thing isn't illegal, like if you were illegally drinking when we're doing prohibition, you were committing a crime, right? But then all of a sudden when they took the prohibition out, you weren't. Same thing with every other thing that they've hijacked and they've forced people to not be able to do because of the legal consequences to it. In all actuality, the coca plant is part of the tradition and religion. That's what I got, kind of not growing up, but kind of like knowing my friend's family and hanging out with them a lot, because I like hanging out with them a lot better than my own family, because you know and other other people, but so understanding this and understanding the fact that specifically the coca leaf, like everyone has a spirit, and every one of these things that I mentioned before has a purpose, a shamanic purpose, and a divination purpose, and a way to connect to higher powers and God. So the coca leaf though opens up channels of communication within the brain that allows telepathy to be enhanced, and then from that point you can even cross dimensions and connect to guides that are in another dimension. I'm constantly not talking to what I thought were just my spirit guides at first, and then the ayahuasca spirits. But now I realize that, now I've been told, and now it comes to the conclusion that all these years I've been actually speaking also to my fellow Arcturians. I've been able to open up a channel of communication to that dimension and our star system. And through that, I get direct communication with them always. And it took me a while. At first, I was like hearing too many voices, and you have to kind of almost, kind of like, shh, like the dial on the radio, just get that to that point where it's right there. Right? So, that was very interesting, because we were able to do things, or we are able to do things that humans can't yet. The reason humans can't is because they're stuck in the cycle of slavery. I mean, reborn. So the last thing I want to tell you about this thing that is so, at this point, is so like, I mean, David Bowie, he used to shoot it. Mick Jagger and Keith Richards, they're on top of heroin and that, they were like, and when they found that, they were like, wow. Studio 54, people used to walk around with spoons, and everybody's like, "Wow, Studio 54." And then you turn around and point fingers. The reason that we spend so much money on it, unfortunately, is because it's illegal. If not, I can grow the plant myself and make the paste myself. If there's processes to do it, I just look online and figure out how to do other things. And I remember how to do it, and I'm sure I've done it in the past. Because I was part of these cultures. So it is very disheartening to know that still, to this day, people have not come to the realization that you can't stop human beings from doing things. Because you is ruin their lives and fine them up the wazoo, and then make them feel like they're slaves to the fines and penalty, whatever things are. And the fines outside here when you're driving past BJ's. You have to go in there and present to them for some reason. I'll wait till the next time I go, guys. But, so, here's what it is, I guess. I'm tired. It's been a long day. And I had some hiccups myself today. And I just kind of resolved them, not 100%, because the person was supposed to buy a whole bunch of stuff, and he never did. Moral story. No, it probably fell off. There's one of them that was it was kind of like just there. 650? Oh. Yeah, insurance, sorry. Yeah, but like I said, insurance is insurance, but we didn't have money, we wouldn't need it. Insurance estimators, we wouldn't need, even mechanics, but then 4 hours a day, man. And then 20 hours, do whatever you want to do. And don't feel rushed, don't feel stressed, and don't feel like the world is coming dumping on you, because it's not. We won't control what comes in here. We can tell maybe the outside world on that side where we won't control what's going on. I guarantee you, what the stuff that you've had is like nothing compared to the stuff that So I can split it later. You don't hit him at all. That's not yours, mine. So I got one of those. She was fucking hot, man. Damn. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, shit. I gotta turn this now. Alright, so, I hope I said the things I needed to say. I don't even remember. I'm gonna have to, watch this again. Probably turn the bottom.